Chris at Past Due Credit Solutions. How can I help you today?
Hello, mate.
Hi there.
I've been receiving, well, I've been bombarded with emails from your company asking for money.
Okay, may I have your case number, please?
It's not mine, it's yours, but the number I've received is 6679044.
Excellent, and can I just confirm who I'm speaking with?
You can call me Colin.
Okay, Colin. Can I just confirm your surname?
Yeah, it's Johnson.
Okay, Colin. Can I just confirm the first line of your address and postcode?
Well, I haven't got one. I can give you my old one if you like.
Okay, yeah.
Was 6 Galston.
That's great. And the postcode, please? And just to make you aware, this call is recorded for training and quality purposes.
Yeah.
For security purposes, just to make sure that we've got the right person to resolve any concerns you've got. Can I confirm your date of birth?
Well, you've got all the information now. I don't really like giving out my date of birth, mate, to be honest with you.
We have got it in front of us. It's actually a security.
Well, if you've got it, then I don't need to confirm it, do I?
You do.
You've got the rest of me information now. You've got everything else what you needed. You don't really need my date of birth, do you?
Colin, unfortunately I do. It's a legal requirement so that we're not speaking to another third party with the same namesake. I would happily be able to continue with the call if I could. Unfortunately, I just need to confirm your date of birth.
All right, for the video purposes, then it's
Okay, now you mentioned you've been bombarded with emails from ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can see that this is in relation to an outstanding British Telecom balance.
Right.
And it was for a supply to your previous address, which you mentioned earlier, of 6 Christ.
Yeah.
And it defaulted. The final payment that was received that was due was on the 16th of December 2012, which was not received.
It's because I told BT to go stuff themselves. Basically, what was happening with that particular debt was like the internet kept going down, the phone line kept going down. We was going weeks without any services and all the rest of it. And in the end, I got so fed up with it, I told them to get stuffed. And then they sent out a bill. Basically, I told them I ain't going to pay it because I never received the services. So there's been a long line of companies that have tried to get this money. And like I said, I'd just like to know how you believe that you are going to get the money out of me. And the second thing is, the original debt I see was for £344.
Yeah.
I'd just like to know who's added the extra £86. Is that yourselves?
No, it's not by ourselves. Unfortunately, we don't actually own the debt. We're just collecting on behalf of British Telecom. Now, the debt that you're talking about, the £86.08 is applied. Now, that's negative interest charges for the late payment that's been applied to date.
Who put that money on there?
It was British Telecom.
So, but I was told by somebody else in your company that it was yourselves that added it.
No, we would actually do it on their instruction, but when we collect it, it would go back to BT.
But that's another thing is, what I don't understand is I've had loads of people trying to get this debt, i.e. Scott Call, and loads of people have all tried to get this debt, and they've all been basically driven away. Can you just tell me how you as a company, right, believe that you're going to get the debt from me?
Well, if you're not going to pay it, then obviously we're not going to be able to get it from you. That's as simple as.
Right. So now you understand that you will never ever get a penny from me.
Yeah.
Can you stop the emails and that coming to me, because now because I've told you that can you tell me, have you got any contract or anything that I've signed to say that I deal with you?
No, you signed it was a deemed contract that you could British Telecom, and within that contract it does state that if there was any lack of payment, that they reserve the right to export the debt to any third parties to collect on it.
Export it?
Yes.
What does that mean?
So it's been transferred to ourselves as a separate company to collect on behalf of British Telecom.
Right, so what I'm trying to understand here, right, is we've had Scott Call, loads of others, all tried to get this debt, and they all told me that they bought the debt. So how comes then it's come to yourselves and you haven't bought the debt? I think you're lying to me. You bought the debt, didn't you?
Colin, I'm a manager here at Credit Solutions. I can't comment on what's happened with other debt collection agencies. However, I can assure you we've not bought this debt.
Right. But you do understand that you would never receive a penny from me unless you can show me that I've signed a contract with Past Due Credit Solutions, right, to say that I will give them any money.
Unfortunately, as I previously stated, there's no contract with ourselves. It's a contract between yourself and our client who we're working on behalf of. If you're refusing to pay our client, that's fine. All I can do is just actually make you aware that there is a possibility of further action being taken.
What's the further action?
Well, that would be something in terms of what British Telecom may or may not do.
Well, you're saying that you're threatening it. There's a threat there, isn't there? There'll be more actions. I'm asking you, what would be them other actions?
Well, we would actually close the account as uncollectible, and it would go back to our client, and it would be entirely at their discretion and what the process would be thereafter if we are unsuccessful in collecting that. I could rhyme off a number of possible outcomes. However, it would be completely hearsay. I would not know what British Telecom would intend to do, just to make you aware that there is a possibility that there may be further action.
Right. Well, like I said, is at the end of the day that you don't stand a chance of getting a penny at me because you've come across someone who knows what's what. Get out of debt free.org. And have you ever heard of them?
No.
You've never heard of get out of debt free.org?
I have not.
No. Well, do yourself a favour, mate, right? Because I've heard this before, somebody say this to someone. You should get yourself a new job because you're going to be out of one soon because a lot of people are starting to wake up to all this rubbish what companies like yourselves keep throwing out there. Threat letters and everything else and threats you're going to do this and threats when we all know, right, that you haven't got a leg to stand on.
And how do you figure that then, Colin?
Well, you haven't. I've signed no contract with yourselves, right? I basically, you're a third party. You talk about third parties. That's exactly what you are, a third party.
That's exactly.
And you're just slinging out these letters, and hopefully you bounce on someone who hasn't got a clue, who gets scared by your letters and your emails, and thinks to themselves, "Oh, I better pay these people because they're going to do some nasty things to me." And you get paid, but you come across someone who knows what's what and know this is all total rubbish, and you haven't got a leg to stand on.
Unfortunately, Colin, that's definitely not the case.
All right then. I'm telling you that you're not going to get a penny out of me,
yeah,
right? So what are you going to do? What are you going to do as a company to get money out of me?
As previously advised, I've already noted the account. I'll probably mark it as uncollectible debt. It will return to our client, which is British Telecom.
Right, so basically, you're agreeing with me that you haven't got a leg to stand on because you can't do nothing. You send out these threat letters and all the rest of it, but on the face of it, yeah. you're just trying it on.
Well, not at all, Colin. What we're doing is we've actually been charged with trying to resolve any issues and collect without any adverse credit or anything untoward going to the customers yourself. So if we are deemed unsuccessful in doing that, then it's entirely up to our client, which in this case is British Telecom, to to actually reevaluate how they would go about actually retrieving this money that they're stating that is owed.
Yeah, but I don't. I think
you're just to collect money. We're here to actually try and resolve any disputes.
There ain't no dispute. There is a dispute because I disputed what they were asking me for.
Yeah.
Right. I totally, because like I said to you, I wasn't receiving the service.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I told BT to get stuffed. Right. So they sold the debt then to us, like Scott Call and people like yourselves, and basically they get nothing, as a good friend of mine would say. So at the end of the day, it's all about threats and basically trying to get money out of people who haven't got a clue what's actually lawful. And that's the point of this phone call. At the end of the day, I've phoned you because I was bored today, and I thought to myself, I'm going to phone you up and see how the hell that you think that you're going to be able to bully me into paying you when I know that I don't need to pay you nothing. You're just a third party interloper. Get out of debtfree.org again. And you're just trying it on, trying to get dough out of me.
Okay, Colin. Well, I do apologise if you feel that way. I've certainly noted that account, and if there's anything else that I can do, then please don't hesitate to give us a call.
Righto, mate. I appreciate your help. I just want to inform you, you'll be on YouTube later.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
Alright, ta-ra, mate. Have a good one. There you go. At the end of the day, all these companies, they know that they haven't got a leg to stand on. They throw out all these threats, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but it's all bullshit. It's just bullshit to get you to pay. You know what I mean? They've paid peanuts for this debt, right? Even though you wouldn't admit it, oh, we're working for BT. Bullshit. BT sold that debt long time ago. And like you're talking at least 4 or 5 years now. And there you go. It's like I said, at the end of the day, they didn't get a fucking penny out of me. They ain't going to get a penny out of me. And this is what you get when you start doing a bit of looking around and seeing what's right and what's wrong. And like I keep mentioning, get out of debtfree.org. Sort you right out. It sorted me out. Alright? I know what's what. There you go. Alright? So be lucky, people. Bye.